I'm Ahme Bovee. Welcome to the Bovee Podcast, the Sisters Edition. Today we're talking about back pain. Oh my goodness. Across from me is my sister, Caitlin Bovee. Both of us are Pilates experts. We've been in the industry for many, many years, 20, 30, 60. I don't know when you combine it all up. We love what we do. We love helping people. We love helping people avoid or recover from back pain. Mm-hmm. It is definitely one of those things that Pilates is really famous for. And we can talk a little bit about why Pilates is so effective with back pain a little later. But to get us started, do you actually know that 80% of people will experience back pain in their life?
That's a huge amount.
Yeah, huge amount. And 50% of those will have it recurring. Mm-hmm. So even within the same year, they'll feel that back pain come back. So it's a huge issue, and people don't know what to do to solve their back pain issue. And it also impacts their life a lot, because when your back hurts, it is no fun. And so people come to the Pilates studio, I would say hundreds, if not thousands of cases we could talk you through of people that come in with back pain, leave without back pain, and they're like, what did you do? Because this is amazing. I thought I just had to live with back pain my whole life. It's just because I was getting older or just because I injured myself. But we see cases every single day through our studios where we're able to help someone manage that back pain. Caitlin, could you share an example of someone that you've seen at the studio where this has really helped them?
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, I had a gentleman come into the studio, and I was just seeing him for initial consults. So it's just like 20, 25 minutes, not a long time at all. And he had reoccurring back pain to the point that when his back pain came up, he was immobilized. He wouldn't be able to get off the couch or the bed. And then when he could, he would put a brace through his back on his back to make him functional again. So it really impacted his life.
So what were some of the things that you did with him? Like, just give us one example. I know we don't need to hear the whole session, but what's one thing you taught him in that lesson?
So the biggest thing I taught him was how to breathe. And how to breathe and then engage his transverse abdominis as he exhaled.
Yeah.
And that was a huge game changer. And the thing, just by doing that for 10 minutes, he said to me sitting up, he's like, I feel like I have my back brace on. Because we turned on his little muscles.
His internal back brace.
People
don't know that they actually have a back brace built into their body, and it's called the transverse abdominis.
But it's also the multifidus and the pelvic floor muscles and the diaphragm. Our inner unit
work together.
Is our natural brace.
Yeah.
Because above our low back, we have our rib cage, right? Yeah. And the rib cage is a structural cage that supports our organs. But down in our lumbar spine, there's no cage. So we have a muscular cage, but support system, corset, brace that creates that cage. And if we don't use those effectively, then you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and it's how those muscles work together. And that's why it did not surprise me when you said the one thing that you taught him was breathing. Because what a lot of people don't understand about your core is that your breathing muscles, your diaphragm, are directly related to your ability to effectively use those muscles. And a lot of people want to skip over that part. Yeah. They just want to hold their breath. They just want to do the surface muscles, and they don't even really understand, those surface muscles, the ones you know about, the external oblique, intro oblique, the rectus abdominis, those are really good muscles. And by the way, your back muscles, all of those are really important, but only if you're activating the deep muscles first, because the deep muscles create axial elongation or lifting or lengthening of the spine. And then the surface muscles are complementary to that, and they connect around and support you with power. And it's when those two systems work together in perfect synchronicity that you get effective stabilization of your low back, and in this case, reduction of back pain.
So one of the stories I like to tell when I'm teaching in the teacher training, and we have a whole segment, a whole weekend that we call core integrity, where we're talking about both these inner unit muscles and these outer unit muscles, is the inner unit muscles turn on before you need them. So if you're throwing a ball to me, they turn on the moment before I catch the ball to create that support. That image like Ida Roth of the boat and the mast, that support, that mast has to be strong. But then as soon as I catch the ball, the outer unit muscles have to turn on to have me be able to react to that catching of the ball. And it's the timing that's really important.
Exactly.
And so a lot of what we do in a Pilates studio is we retrain, because it's not that you don't have these muscles, they're there. Yeah. And a lot of them, especially those inner unit muscles, it's inhibition that happens to them. They stop working, not because they don't want to, but because something's been pulled out of alignment.
The order gets interrupted.
The order gets interrupted. Yeah. And so we need to retrain those muscles to turn on and fire at the right time, which gives us, again, that unconscious competence.
Yes, yeah. And it's a game changer.
It is a game changer.
I am with you. You gave one example. We could both give so many examples. People think they have to live with back pain. And that because of the injury, because of age, they're just always going to have a bad back. I promise you, give Pilates a try with a teacher who can teach you at this depth about getting the timing right, the strategy right. It is a game changer. You'll look back and you'll go, why did I not learn that sooner? Because I didn't need to spend 5 years in pain when I could have simply learned this lesson. And group classes are okay. You're going to get some benefit from a group class. But if it was me, if it was my best friend asking me, I would say invest in some private lessons with an experienced, well-trained instructor, because that investment will pay off exponentially, and then you can take that information into everything else that you love to do.
Exactly.
And it's really worth it.
It is so powerful.
Thank you so much for sharing that story and that powerful message that this could be a solution for someone.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us today for the Bovee podcast. If you want to learn more about who we are and what we do, check out the link and comments below.